Hello, I'm Trainer James, and I am here to bring you Gruul Aggro for Standard. As you can see, we are playing Gruul Dinosaurs. We're just going to try to get down fast and get the opponent dead quick. And yeah, we're starting with, Ixalli's Lorekeeper and Intrepid Paleontologist, both ramp spells. Definitely want a Lorekeeper with one of our 3-drop dinosaurs, and Pugnacious Hammerskull or Scytheclaw Raptor, because then you could get either one of these down on turn 2, which would be amazing. Intrepid Paleontologist also ramps us. And why would we want to ramp? Because we are playing 2 Rampaging Raptor, 2 Bonehoard Dracosaur, and 2 Trumpeting Carnosaurs. All 6 of those dinosaurs are fantastic in their own way. You have Rampaging Raptor, which has Trample and Haste. You can pay 3 mana and give it +2/+0 until end of turn. And then whenever it deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to Planeswalkers or battles, which we don't have any battles. But yeah, so it basically, in that sense, it sort of acts like a questing beast. Bonehoard Dracosaur. It's flying, and first strike is a 5/5 for 3 red. And at the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. If you exile a land this way, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. And if you exile a non-land card this way, you just get to ramp further by creating treasure. And then we have a Trumpeting Carnosaur, which is a 7/6 trample for 4 red. And when Trumpeting Carnosaur enters the battlefield, you discover 5. Or you could pay 3 mana and deal 3 damage to a creature or a planeswalker. So, in that sense, it acts as creature or removal. And as for our other removal spells, we have 2 Witchstalker Frenzy, which can deal 5 damage to a target creature. And it costs less for any creature that we attack with. And then Triumphant Chomp, for a single red mana, deals 2 damage to a target creature or the greatest power among dinosaurs that we control, whichever is greater. So it deals 2 damage, or, if we have a Pugnacious Hammerskull, it deals 6. If we have Bonehoard Dracosaur, it can deal 5. Trumpeting Carnosaur, it can deal 7. All for a single red mana. And then I'm also trying out 2 Audacity. Now, some of our creatures already have Trample: Belligerent Yearling, Rampaging Raptor, Trumpeting Carnosaur, but Pugnacious Hammerskull does not. So if you put Audacity on the Hammerskull, it suddenly becomes an 8/6, and when it dies, we get to draw a card because Audacity has, whenever it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. So yeah. This is our deck. We have 4 Cavern of Souls because, we don't want our spells countered. We're playing a lot of, dinosaurs. 3 drops, 4, 5, 6 dinosaurs that, we just don't want countered. And then as for our sideboard, we have 2 Royal Treatment and a Gaia's Gift for spot removal. Tranquil Frillback, we have 3 of these. It can come down. It can exile, a player's graveyard. It can destroy an artifact or an enchantment, or it could gain us life. Or if we have 3 mana, we can just pay all 3 and do all 3. We have Giant Cindermaw, in case we go up against any life gain decks. And then for control decks, we have Tyrranax Rex, because it can't be countered. Has Ward 4, Trample, Haste, Toxic 4 for 7 mana. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to some matches. Opponent goes first. It's not a bad opening hand. Itzquinth, Rampaging Raptor, Bonehoard Dracosaur with a Triumphant Chomp. We'll keep this hand. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. If nothing else, we'll just play this on turn 2 in Hasty Boy. When Fairy Dream Thief enters the battlefield, surveil 1. Okay. Now, I'll hold on to Triumphant Chomp, just in case they play something bigger. They are playing black, so it's a possible Shieldred. This is also probably a counter, or not a counter spell, a kill spell, but we're gonna send this in anyways. opponent. What you got for us? Italian, the kindly lord. So they're playing blue-black. Let's name Dinosaur. If they... They'll probably try blowing this up at the end of our turn, I would guess. Oh yeah. They're gonna do it. Sure. Why not? Go get us a green source. Well, we do have a bunch of red. Yeah, let's get our red source anyways. Yeah, there's their blue. Okay, so they probably have counter spells in hand, one would guess. Dude. Alright, well. So, we could play this. It gets countered. We could play Rampaging Raptor. Either way, most likely one of them is getting countered. Our Raptor has haste, so if it doesn't get countered, we can attack with it immediately. They might have a Shieldred. You know, they didn't play a land last turn. So in that case, we may actually want to save Pugnacious Hammerskull because it can kill Shieldred. So let's play our Raptor. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. All right, attack. Exile from your graveyard, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Okay, well. Play our Dracosaur now, and if they don't kill it, we get some things from it. Shieldred. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Their hand, you choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. So they're probably going to go for the Triumphant Chomp. Would be my guess. Yeah. That was a perfect card for them to have. Oh, we got one anyways. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's see. Counter spells. What's this do? As Italian, the kind of order enters the battlefield, choose a number between 1 and 10 whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value, power, or toughness equal to the chosen number. That player loses 2 life, and you draw a card. Okay. Cool. Well, Witchstalker Frenzy can take out Shieldred. Gaia's Gift and Royal Treatment can protect us from kill spells. So, guess we can get rid of a couple Scytheclaw Raptors. And let's just ship it like that. Opponent goes first. We have 2 Triumphant Chomps. Well, if Ixalli's Lorekeeper stays, of course we would have to name human in that case. Actually, land-wise, this is pretty bad. But we'll keep it anyways. Alright, playing you. Next turn we'll go Intrepid Paleontologist. Fairy Dream Thief. Spell Stutter. Let's try to play this as late as possible. Alright, let's do this. Intrepid Paleontologist. If they try to keep mana up for a counterspell, we'll play the Cavern of Souls. Name Dinosaur, play Pugnacious Hammerskull. They actually might take that now. They could take one chomp, but we still have another. It seems like they're definitely trying to set up for Shieldred. So, let's name Dinosaur. Play the Lorekeeper, play Itzquinth. Attack. So I guess, if nothing else, if they play Shieldred, we can always play a Triumphant Chomp, and we can discard Trumpeting Carnosaur to deal 5 damage. It's sort of a 2-for-1, but what are you going to do? It's a Shieldred. That's assuming we get another land, which we don't have at the moment. So let's play our Paleontologist. Watch it get countered. Spell Stutter, sure. 5 lands. They need 2 more for their virtue. Okay. Let's attack. Bam. Barrel Lorekeeper. Getting the turn. Definitely need to draw some lands. Well, there's our land, but now we're missing a dinosaur. Do we care about this? Each player draws a card. No, I guess we kind of care about it. Eh. Oh, buddy. Alright, let's do this. See if they make us draw a card or not. Okay, a Hammerskull, sure. Attack with both. Rockfall Vale and Hammerskull. Pass the turn. Wait for them to play Shieldred so we can Triumphant Chomp it. Put target creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Well, if they try to do us, we can at least exile it, you know? Pass the turn. Our graveyard, let's do that. Yeah. What now? Now they're gonna get rid of this. Or not, okay. Waiting on your opponent. So our opponent gets to go first. I mean, we have a Lorekeeper, which makes, you know, Scytheclaw Raptor turn 2. So sure. It's funny. I'm blocking my pet, but I have the Raptor, and I love that the Raptor like comes down from the sky on a rope. Okay, Boros. Our Lorekeeper. So we can Scytheclaw next turn. Dinosaur! Okay. Yep. Oh, they're playing Naya. Naya Tokens, perhaps? So, I am going to play... No, I'm not. Not yet. I was going to put this on my Scytheclaw Raptor, but then if I attack with only the Raptor, that makes Witchstalker Frenzy cost 3, and Ixalli's Lorekeeper can't tap for it. So if they go to do something here, like if they go to block here and try to buff it, I want to be able to destroy it with the Frenzy. So let's play the Lorekeeper and the Hammerskull. Our opponent very well could be playing like a Jetmir deck, like a go wide Jetmir deck maybe. Ooh. Red. Play another Scytheclaw Raptor. That way if they want to do something, they'll take 8. And then, really tempted to just put this on, yeah, the Hammerskull. Okay, so our opponent's going wide. Guess we could bring in like more Witchstalker Frenzy. We don't really have anything to clear like a wide board, you know? So I think I'm just gonna ship it back. As is. Oolong T is our opponent. Oolong T. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll keep this. Triumphant Chomp. As always, Lorekeeper and the Pugnacious Hammerskull. Let's play our Gorge. Next turn, Cavern of Souls. Everyone do the dinosaur. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur. Well, we can hit something for 6 at sorcery speed. Oh, shoot. You know what? I should have... Oh, my gosh. I'm so dumb. I should have played this first. Yeah. Yeah, I'm dumb. Definitely dumb. Ren's Resolve. Ooh, a Wandering Emperor. Until your next turn, you may play those cards. So, if I attack with a Pugnacious Hammerskull, they're probably gonna exile one of them. But, yeah, let's do it anyways. By the Bonehoard Dracosaur. Beginning of your upkeep, exile. Okay, our opponent moves. Sure. Ooh, we get to play first. And we will. Okay, so let's see. We have a Intrepid Paleontologist on turn 2, Hammerskull on turn 3, and a removal spell, so sure. Play our Copperline Gorge. Oh, I love this raptor. Maybe I should, like, move my camera to, like, the other side. That way you guys can, like, see my pet. Okay, well, they probably have a cut down. But you know what? What are you gonna do? Gotta play something. Why would they have us play cards in the water? Okay, Virtue, sure. That only deals -3, okay, yeah. So... Dinosaur. I'm just gonna play the Hammerskull. Be most mana efficient. If they kill our Hammerskull and we don't draw another creature that we can play for 4 mana, it might be lights out for us. Reveals their hand. You may exile non-land card from it. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Well, that's Dinosaur. Yep. Attack for 10. Our opponent's definitely playing a Shieldred next turn because they don't want to give us our spell back. Ooh. Alright. We can always make this bigger if they play Shieldred. No, of course. Okay, they have 2 edicts. Cool. And we have lands. And lands. Oh boy. Well, there goes our paleontologist.
When I win, you're telling me what you know about the
Sure.
Raven.
Ah, one of your friends has to leave.
Oh my goodness. Dinosaur. Well, we're up to 6 mana. And there is Shieldred.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think we're... Yep, we're done this game. Okay. Because, like, even if we got a creature, they would just be able to kill it with Liliana. They'd make us sacrifice it. And, let's see, their removal this time was sacrifice spells, so Royal Treatment and Gaia's Gift won't really help. Witchstalker Frenzy, again, good. So, removal for Shieldred, creature or removal. Pugnacious Hammerskull is big enough to deal with Shieldred as long as we have Triumphant Chomp. I'm just going to get rid of the Audacities. We will play first. Okay, so... I mean, it's not terrible. I want to play our Ridgeline first. Because it always comes into play tapped. Copperline Gorge, Belligerent Yearling. They can cut this down. They can cut Itzquinth down as well. Just about if each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. Just put into the graveyard from the battlefield, scry 2. I mean, I guess. Attack for 2. Bam. Ward Skitter. Sure. Get rid of you. Attack again. No, they'll probably... Well, if they take this, we'll have to use removal on this. That way we can keep attacking with Itzquinth, so we can use Witchstalker Frenzy on Shieldred. Sure. Okay, let's do this. So, if they have another discard spell, we can either play the Chomp and destroy the bat and get our Witchstalker Frenzy back, and then discard Pugnacious Hammerskull because we are going to need this to destroy Shieldred. Or we could just play Pugnacious Hammerskull and then wind up discarding this. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. Yep. There's Shieldred. Bam. Get out of here. Now we have 2 Hammerskulls. The heck does this thing do? When Aquazats attacks, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw a card. When an opponent discards a land card, create a 1/1 bat. When an opponent with flying. When this dies, return it to the battlefield tapped and transformed under its owner's control. Okay, well, we're playing the Hammerskull then, and no attacks. Yeah, so they're going to be gaining 4 life. Discard card. Ooh. Yeah, we have to discard that. Because even if we draw a land next turn, like, we can't, you know, we wouldn't have been able to play the Dracosaur. So let's get a mountain. Because we already have 2 green sources, and now we have 2 red sources as well. Each opponent sacrifices a non... Well, I'm going to sacrifice that. Okay, Dinosaur. Play our Hammerskull. We got a 10. They go up to 14. We attack next turn. Takes them down to 2. So I think either way we're going to lose. And they'll also be making a bat, I guess? No, oh no. If we discard a land, they make a bat. So, Intrepid Paleontologist was not what we needed. We actually needed our Raptor so we could haste. Or Itzquinth, who would also be able to haste. Unfortunately, yeah, there's just nothing we could do now. Right? Let's see. You may cast dinosaur spells from among... yeah. Cast a spell this way, that creature... Yeah, so even if we exile Itzquinth, like, we still have to pay 2, and we just don't have 6 mana to do that, because you have to pay 2 here, and then an additional 2 to exile Itzquinth, and then we'd have to pay 2 again just to play Itzquinth. So, yeah. Itzquinth. Yeah, we can't. Okay, well, you know. We got him down to 2. We could have won if, you know, they didn't have, you know, a 4/4 lifelinker. But that's fine. So those were the matches with our Jurassic aggro deck, our Gruul deck here. One problem with it is that our removal, our Triumphant Chomp, and our Witchstalker Frenzy, they only deal with creatures. They don't deal with planeswalkers. So if your opponent plays a planeswalker, like we have to physically attack them in order to get damage off. Other than the Trumpeting Carnosaur, which can deal 3 damage to a creature or a planeswalker, but yeah, our 6 removal spells, our 6 primary removal spells, only deal with creatures and not planeswalkers. Audacity we didn't use, but honestly I think I would rather have Audacity be like, you know, a royal treatment, because the problem with us playing creatures is that everything dies to removal. Like, nothing has hexproof, nothing has ward here. So yeah, all of our creatures die to removal. So I think I would rather have the Audacity be, you know, a couple royal treatments. But as for the dinosaurs themselves, I had fun with them. Like, whenever we got a Bonehoard Dracosaur down, you know, the opponent immediately scooped if they didn't have a way of dealing with it. And then having a 6/6 dinosaur on turn 3 or turn 2, if we have Ixalli's Lorekeeper in our opening hand, is really great. Scytheclaw Raptor makes it so that our opponents don't want to play spells on our turn because they don't want to take 4 damage. I do wish that we had another, you know, like Llanowar Elves, Elvish Mystic type creature in Standard right now, so we could have a better chances at having a turn 1 ramp spell. But when you have Ixalli's Lorekeeper into one of our 3-drops, it's really nice. Intrepid Paleontologist is also really nice, enables us to ramp. And then its exile effect works really well too. And then, yeah, Rampaging Raptor, Bonehoard Dracosaur, Itzquinth, I really enjoyed. Belligerent Yearling is alright. It's fine if you get it down and you play, you know, another one of your creatures, and you can just make it bigger. It has trample. But we didn't really see that in any of our games. As for the sideboard, I like the sideboard. Again, I would have like all 4 copies of Royal Treatment, 2 in the sideboard, 2 for Audacity. Witchstalker Frenzy works really well against Sheoldred, deals 5 damage to Sheoldred. Giant Cindermaw, you know, for the life gain decks. Tyrranax Rex against control decks. And yeah, Tranquil Frillback for the, you know, decks that deal with graveyards. Cavern of Souls, also really nice against control decks. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed the deck, and I will be tuning this up a little bit just to try to make it a bit better. But overall, Dinosaur aggro in Standard, a lot of fun.